Instagram is either psychic or they can talk to animals. It's a short story. You met me yesterday. I can just here's the story. I can talk to animals. Period. The end. Hey, Scarlet Hollow. I'm Cable. He's Time. We're researching cryptids here at the library to try and learn more about the monsters and spookums that are out there in the woods. We're going to learn about the mine that our family owns. We just opened up this book with these real-ass images they just kind of like scribbled over. These are real-ass pictures, kid.
Yeah.
Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Ew, gross. Our family's gross.
Andrew Jackson Scarlet, huh?
Our family's gross. Under his leadership, the mine prospered undoubtedly, in part due to the growth of the railroad industry.
I mean, I guess this is the South, so not unexpected.
Well, according to this book, he's probably a hero then. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was until 1895 the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Built on a cliff. Also, just as a little side note, culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse in the depths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Oh my god. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch the Fifth.
Enoch?
What the f***? Is that like an alien that we just had marry into our family real quick? Scarlet, Enoch the Fifth Scarlet, or Enoch V Scarlet, I guess maybe is what that is, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. That was okay, you say, closing the book and just kind of blinking and looking off in the distance.
I wish I didn't know that now.
No wonder I didn't know my family history, and my mom saw it fit to not tell me. That is a thick-ass doorway I just noticed up in the background.
Yeah, it is.
God dang. These are them thick walls you got. The insulation must be great. The sound is probably super dampened. I guess it is a library, though.
Yeah.
Only one book left. We gotta flip through the Silas Scarlet Soldier Tinker Tailor Spy or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to, classic nepotism, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, classic nepotism for a psychopath, for which he received the nickname Bloody. So I don't like my family.
Yeah, kind of understand why mom left now.
We gotta get Tabitha to, like, visit the city or something. Try to, like, de-radicalize her to whatever the hell her mom was telling her.
Don't worry, Tabitha, you'll love going to Twitter.
You'll love going to Twitter. Maybe we should go somewhere else, actually.
You can come stay at the internet cafe that I live in.
We'll just put another sleeping bag under the desk. It's fine. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas' own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. There was nothing to do back then, guys.
Yeah.
Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Great, he undercut when he bought that land. Cool.
The more I learn about the guy, the worse he sounds.
This family, guys. You're finished with this one, and you say slamming the books shut and putting in the bin, and then taking it out of the bin and putting it on the shelf because you remember you're in a library. Gretchen's like, ha, idiot. Your family's a bunch of assholes. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. All right, so what did you guys learn? Hopefully something doesn't make you hate your family lineage. All right, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here.
Well, it looks like a couple of the scones got eaten.
It's about time. It took who knows how. I read 3 books.
Yeah.
But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Who the f*** are you?
Cat.
Oh, yeah, you were the... Okay. Before you can respond, a handsome... Oh, a dashing black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut.
Okay, no, never mind.
Trying to say
it was the stream. It was the stream messing up. The cat was like slightly transparent on my end.
No. Oh, hey, Pixel. That's a weird name for this Oscar guy to give his cat, being a librarian.
Yeah. Maybe the daughter named the cat.
Maybe the daughter named the cat. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can. Hey, Pixel, my name's Instagram. I say literally holding my hand out for a handshake since I can talk to them.
You just slide the book about Silas Scarlet over towards the cat.
Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Says Gretchen the dog.
Gretchen is totally cool with this other cat.
Hungry, they say, licking their ass. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Says Pixel, the cat. Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Is that the
Stella,
sign they want treats? Licking their junk? Oh, yeah. Snack time, crunch. Why do you carry... do you come here often?
I mean...
I guess she knew she was coming, so she's like, whatever, cat treats.
In small town, there's probably not that much to do, so...
I mean, the diner gives her dog bacon on a plate, so...
Yeah.
Sorry if Pickle's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. Ha 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 ha. Like, seriously, tell me if he does that. It's getting to be a problem. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. My cats do the same. Both of them at the same time, oftentimes. It's really frustrating, actually.
Typical cat.
I'm trying to edit this video. Please, why are both of you sitting directly in front of my monitor? Please stop. Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? Cats don't shred paper. What are you talking about?
I guess this one does.
Leave Pixel be. Hey, yo, what do you think about those things? Kanika's looking at us like, you seriously, is this like animal thing gonna keep going?
Oh yeah, it is. You're in this, Kanika.
I got both animals staring me down. One's super happy. One of them's kind of like, hey, what's up? Hey, baby.
He's a cat.
Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? Could you stop doing that? God, stop being a cat for a second and talk to me. I'm a indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted.
Oh.
Especially since this quest thread just got thrown in your face. Hey, guess what? House haunted.
Here's a side quest, says Pixel.
Pixel says your house is haunted. She says looking Oscar dead ass in the face.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Stella's like, holy shit, their house is actually haunted. She like believes this now.
Yeah.
How did you know?
I can talk to animals.
The cat told me. It's like people aren't listening to me.
I literally just said Pixel told me.
She just gets more Instagram just gets more frustrated as the game goes on. Like, I keep telling you that I can do this, but nobody's believing me.
I could not be more upfront about this.
I heckin' proved it earlier with Gretchen, god dang it. Instagram is either psychic or they can talk to animals. It's a short story. You met me yesterday. I can just, here's the story. I can talk to animals, period.
Yeah.
Just roll with it, says Kanika, pinching the bridge of her nose. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches, says Pixel the cat. This cat's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Except sometimes there's too much scritches, says Pixel the cat, pulling out her switchblade.
And then I gotta bite him.
And then going back to grooming. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places. Is this episode going to be a ghosts? Ghosts in the house?
Oh no.
But like ghosts in the house?
In the house.
They're like hip with it, you know what I mean? Oh, Oscar, don't get your hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway. You're f***ing with us.
Oh, seeping blood, is that all?
Wait, you've seen, that's the part you're latching onto? Full body apparition, can I see it? So are we just glossing over the blood thing?
We're just ignoring the blood thing, apparently.
Unless that was a joke. I'm assuming that was the joke part. So it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. What if it's a ghost? It's totally a ghost. Let's go bust it. Busting does indeed make me feel good.
It does, yeah.
It's worth looking into. I'm with Kanika. There's probably a very... at this point, I'm throwing out the whole skepticism thing. Supernatural is real.
Yeah.
I can talk to animals and there's ditchlings out there. It's worth looking into. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night. Next episode, guys. Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes.
Blood, Kanika, leaking out of the floor.
None of you have gone the blood thing. You like, really? I say like Oscar. Like nobody else seemed to notice that part.
Yeah.
Why'd you let Paper Shredder freely wander the library? Why don't you mind your own business? Says Pixel the cat, rightly indignantly. Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Right now, I mean, I guess he's pretty intimidating. I will leave you be, Pixel. The cat curls up on the table and fastest. Damn, that was fast.
Yeah.
You got a very quirky cat. All right, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Hey, I got a serious issue. I haven't been given an option to scritch the cat yet.
Yeah. Need to pet that cat.
Any luck with Rosalina? Stello, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? That is a good question. Do you think there's a cult here?
I think there might be a cult here.
Talk about Veins of Scarlet. Talk about Silas Scarlet. Talk about Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? Man, they're really pushing that Wayne factor real hard.
Yeah.
Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? What do y'all think? Remain silent. Which one? Which should we pick? Hey, that nuclear incident, is there like a risk of fallout? Is that what Rust Lake or whatever is actually about? They dumping nuclear radiation waste in there too? Stella, what was it you were saying about nuclear incidents? You're talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Says Kanika. Haha, yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Excuse me, how? What? Excuse me, what?
That's not great.
Oscar's like, I mean, yeah, my laser grid system was working well that day. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go up. Why did that happen to begin with? Can you explain why that happened, period?
Yeah, why did the airplanes typically don't just kind of fall apart for no reason?
Oscar chimes in with, at the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. Hey, welcome to the library episodes, plural, guys. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Can't wait to hit that and send us back in time like it's lost. Right, it's conventional explosive disintegrated in mid... Sorry, hold on, what? It's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. What are you talking about, Oscar? If I remembered correctly, they just buried it in... Okay. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal, says Gretchen the dog. Okay. There might be a nuclear bomb somewhere in Scarlet Hollow, guys.
Just underneath the town, I guess.
The army showed up and just threw some dirt on it and walked away. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Shut up, you're street smart, you can figure it out. So the nuke made the ditchlings, that's not true. I don't believe that. If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Because it's about to go off and blow up the whole Scarlet Hollow, kid. That's the disaster, I bet. Oh god, we're screwed. Say nothing, just stare off in the distance, realizing that your life is about to come to an end. An explosive, instantaneous end where you evaporate in nuclear fire.
I mean, to be fair, the bomb has been there for decades and hasn't done anything.
There are mines out from World War II out in fields just in Europe that people still have to watch out for because they just blow someone up every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's real, kid. Gotta watch out.
I also don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set.
Let's pick this. I don't think disarming bombs is a skill set. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. Okay, fine, whatever. That'll blow up 400 miles away then. I'm just saying you never know with radiation what has to blow up first, right? We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb worshipping mutants just waiting to play. Is this a Resident Evil game?
Stella, please.
Stella, please. I've missed this, says Kanika, looking at her with, like, misty eyes. You're so stupid, but so adorable. And like with Rosalina, do you think there's a cult? Do you guys think there's a cult here somewhere?
Yeah. I feel like there's probably a cult here.
Do you guys think there's, like, a cult here? Those cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover something up. Maybe the ditchlings were actually nudists doing some sort of what? No.
I don't think that's it.
This is the airhead idiot option again. Maybe the ditchlings were like Summit. No. A lot of folks here feel tense. Whatever. Those cops were awfully suspicious. I'm 100% with this one. They were weirdly okay with what was happening.
It was really weird the way they were acting.
Those cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know. It just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult.
Really?
Definitely, I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Are they just lazy, crappy cops? Is that the situation?
That's probably the situation.
I guess that's the situation because we're done with that line of questioning. Any luck with Rosalina? Haha, not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Is she a ghost? Is she a ghost, just Stella? Pulling out her phone and streaming? Which book should we start with?
Let's talk about how terrible our family is.
Which one? Veins of Scarlet or Silas Scarlet?
Silas to start with.
So, Silas Scarlet. Rich guy in the South, I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Yeah, that's true. I guess he was a product of a different time. Shut up. Who knows what future generations will think when they look back on us. Wow, talk about a self-made man. Seems like a great dude if you want to be a piece of garbage. Rich guy in the South, I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Yeesh, I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he sure did some things to get where he was, huh? And still just, like, glares at you like, what are you trying to say? It's like, oh no, Stella. Oh no.
Oh no, Stella.
That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Do you have more books on Silas Scarlet, Oscar? He's like, no, putting his finger back down and going back to what he's doing. Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too, and you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working. I already know, he said Union. Or, not Union, Confederacy.
Yeah.
Sorry you're related to him. Me
I also
too.
am sorry that I'm related to him.
Same. Same. Do you think the ditchlings are here? I guess we're done with the books.
I think this is a continuation of the same conversation.
Do you think the ditchlings are here for Richard? I don't know. Why would you think that? I get it. It must be one of those burial grounds. What? Like in Poltergeist. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing into itself. No offense.
I mean, that possibly does seem to be be but
maybe he seems like a terrible. He seems like a terrible person. God damn it! He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what that has to do with bad opens or creatures in the woods. I don't think it's really relevant to whatever happening right now. I don't know if that's 100% true. This might, I mean, I'm pretty sure the store page made it a point that the mine is relevant to what's happening.
Yeah.
Right now. And the mine being the only big thing for this town.
Yeah.
This town is stuck in the past, built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing on it. I mean, that's true. To be perfectly blunt and honest, you got buildings boarded up out there on the main street.
Boarded up with the manor that the person who runs the mine lives in is like a piece of trash. Apart.
No offense, but I mean, come on. This town's stuck in the past. It's already practically collapsing. No offense, but maybe that's why the ditchlings are here. None taken. See, they know what's up.
Yeah.
The diner is next to a boarded up building. We know what you're talking about. Why would the ditchlings be here now, though? Scarlet Hollow has been like this for as long as I can remember.
Maybe the ditchlings have been here that long. You don't know.
Gretchen is very confused. She's also like, why would they be here now, though?
Yeah.
Talk about Veins. Okay, so which book next?
Do the Veins of Scarlet, I guess.
Veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I thought mines were real. You told me they were real, Stella, says Kanika. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never.
So maybe she's got a little bit of claustrophobia or something, it sounds like.
Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. She's got claustrophilia. God dang, what claustrophilia. Stella over here. She's like, I love it being in tight spaces. What happened to the mine collapse? A union-busting mine collapse from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. I mean, I kind of want to...
Yeah.
Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. I'm not sure how they tie in, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. The mines seem too obvious. It's got to be something else. Never mind.
I feel like the ditchlings coming from the mines could actually be a thing.
I don't know. I feel like people working the mines would notice them.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I guess they're not there at night, but we don't know if the ditchlings only come out at night. They might be out there right now in the forest, just kind of chilling out, I guess, playing cards or something. They just have like a PS4 hooked up to like a generator and just playing like Call of Duty.
Back in the first episode, creepy bus guy did say that a couple of his friends work at the mine, but he hasn't heard from them in a while.
Well, they're not going to be hearing from Duke for a while either.
Yeah.
Union busting mine collapse from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. I say, leaning back and crossing my arms. I'm Instagram from Twitter. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what that sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. It's probably to show you how fucked up working conditions back then were. Children who died in a mine.
Yeah.
It's probably why, actually. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about, another collapse. Writing it down on the list of potential disasters along with my next video idea.
I do like her little ditchling on the back of the
question marks next to it. What could they be? She asks herself, scribbling question marks. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. Who? The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Is that a real ass person?
Google,
pull that up, Jamie. Y'all don't... Charles Shaw, I think it was. Charles Shaw. How do I... Okay, return. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Like, I need to let people know if you think that's gonna happen, says Oscar. Haha, no, I don't think so, she says, giving me a very obvious wink, but she used the wrong eye, and Oscar sees it. He's like, okay.
Nope, not seeing anything about Charles Shaw.
Phew, had me worried there for a second, he says about Charles Shaw. Thank you for looking that up, time. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought.
Oh, wow, that's pretty rude to Tabitha.
I guess Tabitha's probably pretty rude to her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
You never know. What happened to after the mine collapse? You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Which one?
What happened after the mine collapsed?
What happened after mine collapse? The book just kind of glossed over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here.
I like how Oscar is just like browsing the books in the back, but he keeps like interjecting into the conversation.
I was about to say that I like how he's part of the conversation, even though he's like across the room doing something else. I guess we're the only ones here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. Like, can you elaborate a little bit? I live with the person who runs it. Maybe I can ask some questions when I get home. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. It sounds like he was a slave driver, so probably there's no children down there as far as I'm aware.
I hope not.
Are the Ditchling the children? Are the Ditchlings children? Oh my god. Is it going to be the mine collapse and the kids grew up to be Ditchlings? Is that what it's going to be?
They turned into things, yeah.
Did I just spoil the plot of the game? Uh-oh. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk.
We can take the other option then.
The union in. Okay, so she's union busting Tabitha.
Yeah.
There's a reason she and I don't talk. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Well, he is a skeleton, after all.
Many, many bones.
I mean, he is now, for realsies. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. You got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the farm wall.
Oh, is that what the painting is?
Oh, is that what it was? Get Shaw, loser, get out of here. They just throw him down a mountain. He just slides down. Get out of here. Get out of town. He got off easy, if you ask me. I agree with Stella. Maybe the Ditchlings are warning us of another collapse. What if the Ditchlings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. I'm not sure I agree with the collapse angle, but the mines seem important. The whole town, the mines. What should we pick?
I think either the one about
Wayne being sick.
I guess we don't have any evidence of anything of the mine being like toxic, though.
We haven't been there.
Yeah.
We'd have to look around to get an actual idea of what's happening there. I mean, if they're supposed to be talking about an omen, I guess maybe they're here warning us, like Mothman style, but...
Yeah. Or what was the last
does
one?
Wayne works at the mine?
They said he had like minor clothes on, I think.
Well, then there might be something going on there, and that's why he's sick. There could be something happening.
I mean, mines make people sick in general, so...
This is like a neutral, I don't know what's going on, but the mines seem like they're central to it somehow.
Yeah. Maybe do the one about Wayne being sick.
What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What about the Ditchlings? I have subscribers to please. She says, jittering, like bouncing in her chair. We have to find the Ditchlings. I don't know, maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne. Maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Maybe the local wildlife infected the bugs, and the bugs infected the bacteria, and then it just keeps going deeper and deeper, Stella.
And the bacteria infected the viruses.
And the viruses infected the micro-universes down deep in their core cells, and then the universes just started descending. Then eventually gets back to us. That's what you need to worry about, it's gonna eventually get back to us, Stella. Huh.
Stella's like, wow, that's out there even for me.
Yeah, that could work, she says, writing this down as another video idea. Talk about the Appalachian folk monster. We're back to this now. Time to finish it up. Wampus cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. That's what I said.
They really sound like they could be mountain lions.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and crush Stella's dreams about Wampus cats in the next episodes, guys.
Especially because Gretchen has told us that it was a mountain lion.
Yeah, Gretchen straight up told us that what she was looking for in that river or whatever was a mountain lion. She was like, nuh-uh. I should wheel that back and be like, hey, remember when I said Gretchen said it was a mountain lion and you believe me that I can talk to dogs now? Sorry. Your most popular video is bull.